T-shirt while you are there. The Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Association is the largest of 3 sanctioned national pulling associations with 16 classes and more than 350 competing vehicles streamed on outlawpulling.tv.
Extreme Performance and Tire Cutting in Rock Valley, Iowa gives their customers the most competitive edge possible. Be supreme. Buy Extreme.
The official fan app for truck and tractor pulling. Sign up, pick winners, win cash. It's that easy. Fullpull.us.
GMS Manufacturing and Machine. Helping you build a superior foundation with top quality parts and service. Give Brent a call today.
Coltrane Energy is American-made energy and Midwest-based in Syracuse, Missouri. Free shipping is available at coltranenergy.com. Check out their new flavors online.
Welcome, everybody, to Let's Go Pulling. Jason Schultz here, Kenzie Thieding in studio with our co-host, the hostess with the mostest, Mike Idle, Mike on the mic from the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Association. Mike, you and Ron sounded awesome in Rock Valley this past weekend. I'm proud of you, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I say it all the time. It's easy to sound good when you're working with exceptional talent. So when you're with people like Ron Stone, it's easy to be good when you've got good leadership.
Yep, I agree. Let us know where you're watching from tonight. And we're thanking everybody. We live in Richland Center, Wisconsin. There's some bad storms rolling through just south of us, like northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin tonight. I know kind of all over. It seems like weather is the story this year. We were in Rock Valley, Iowa, for Thunder in the Valley. They did the free will donations. Case IH stepped up and donated $20,000. Fullpull.live brought in $15,000, and then Outlaw Pulling TV kicked in another $10,000. So it's all good stuff there. So BG Pull Party's checking in. Says, "Oh, you can do it." Yeah. Chadrick Taylor is going to Warrensburg, Missouri. We are going to be talking to the Warrensburg, Missouri promoter tonight. Steve Shackelford around 8:30. We're going to talk Chapel Hill, Tennessee first. Clint Bowman's supposed to be joining us here in a few minutes. And then Nick, we are also going to talk from Waterloo, Illinois as well. Gene Stump's going to come on around 9 o'clock tonight, about 8:55. So we got the Chapel Hill video playing in the background right now, but it's Let's Go Pulling. We do this every Monday night at 8 o'clock. And then Mackenzie puts us up on iTunes and Spotify as well. If you have those podcast apps, just go look for Let's Go Pulling, and you can listen to our beautiful, beautiful, beautiful voices. Isaac Nelson, he says Rock Valley Pulling is the bomb. Rock Valley was awesome.
That's the truth.
It was fun having still waiting on my beer in the mail for my beer money stickers. What? Hope sent those out last week, William. So Terry's checking in. But we are going to have the merchandise trailer. The Beer Money Pulling Team merchandise will be in with the full pull merchandise this weekend in Chapel Hill, Tennessee for everybody that'll be checking in there. So be sure to stop by and see us there. But Clint Bowman will join us here in just a few minutes. But Mike, kind of let us know what poll you went to. If you're watching, there was a ton of polls this past weekend. Troy, Missouri was going on with PPL. We had some pullers go down to Troy and haul balls, the 3L diesel truck guys back up so they could make both places. Skylar Leaper had a good weekend. What else? I saw Eagle Grove, Iowa had a Region 3 hook. Joliet, Illinois. Yep. We had full pull picks up for the mini rods at Fairfield, Illinois.
Yes.
And then also the super stock diesel trucks at Joliet, Illinois. At Joliet, is that where they have the NHRA ready drag races? Mm-hmm. Is it? Okay, cool. So a lot of stuff going on. It is definitely fair season, Mike, don't you think?
Yeah, it was funny because we did Wednesday. We concluded the Dixon County Fair on Wednesday in Concord, Nebraska.
Yep.
And then we went to Ottawa, Iowa for a Thursday session to begin the Monona County Fair in what arguably might have been the single biggest Thursday night single track show I have ever experienced. And then it was on to Thunder in the Valley for 3 sessions in 2 days. Outlaws actually ran 3 pulls in 1 day on Saturday because we took part of the crew over to David City as well. We were moving and grooving last week, man.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. What'd Colin say?
Had a blast in Rock Valley.
Yeah, it was great to see Colin Brickholtz bring out the beautiful 1456. He gave Eccles a run for his money Saturday afternoon. Did Jim Holman say that was the best track he's ever pulled on?
Best. So with one qualifier, I would love, we could kind of somewhat misquote him to use that. He said that was the best daytime track. It was the best daytime track he had ever pulled on, but still, because those are tricky to build. You see it at the Iowa State Fair every year, Jason, one of your favorite pulls, how much that daytime track can change and how hard those are to build. So they've been pulling since, what do you say, 1972? And to get a compliment like that, that's a big deal.
Yep. Well, that's great. So is Clint jumping on? Tim's coming on. All right. Well, I don't know if that's, I can't tell who that is, but you ready to talk some Chapel Hill, buddy?
Dude. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Keep the comments coming, please. We want to know where you went this weekend. Ask questions away. Where you're coming up this weekend. What's that? Mike's checking in from Loveland, Colorado. So let's go to Chapel Hill. Welcome. You're here.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
We're fantastic. We're fantastic. How are you?
I am late. I'm 2 minutes late. I'm sorry about that. I was having
gonna be okay.
technology issues.
It's going to be okay. Thanks for jumping on tonight with us. The Lion Super Bowl of the South. I got to go last year for the first time ever, and it lived up to all the expectation. We had Esden Lane on the podcast a couple years ago, and we said, "Where's your favorite place to pull?" And that's when the King of Smoke says Chapel Hill, Tennessee. And we said, why? And he said, because of the hospitality. So being a guy from Wisconsin, I was like, yeah, whatever. But when I got to Chapel Hill, I saw the Southern hospitality. I saw your fan base. In that Friday night rain, there was like nothing on the radar last year on Friday night, but it was misting just enough that we had to pull the plug on Friday night. And Saturday night was awesome. So.
Well, we really hate to send fans home on Friday night, but we keep weather staff here that can predict 6, 7, 8 hours out, and they told us that it's not going to stop. So there was no way we were going to be able to get it in. So instead, we canceled and put a big effort in Saturday night, and it turned out to be a great show.
Yeah. Well, they weren't wrong with the weather because it did not stop raining. It just kept coming. So
it did, and this year, I'm knocking on wood, is going to be a great year. It's going to cool off a little bit.
Yeah.
They're predicting it's going to be kind of at night, going to be in the upper 70s and even get down into the upper 60s at midnight. So that's always exciting in Chapel Hill because it's usually very, very hot here.
Yeah. Humidity. I'm from Wisconsin, and humidity is different in the South than it is in Wisconsin.
It is. We can. It's thick down here. It can get really thick, but we are looking forward to, and hope you can come back. We're looking forward to putting on 2 good shows.
Yeah, I'm driving down Thursday morning with the full pull gang and for the live stream and all that. So we're excited, really, really excited. So we have your poster up on the screen right now. Now this is. Can you kind of? Is it pretty? It's only Grand National kind of invite only. Is it top 10 in points, Tim? How do you do that?
Well, traditionally we have been a invitational only. We send out invitations. We try to get the top 15, 18 in the class. Our perfect night would be to have 12 to 15 in every class. Of course, to get them in here and get a lot of them to come, as you well know, they don't come with just one tractor. They come with 2 minis and a super mod, or they come with 2 tractors. So we do the best we can to keep our numbers down. What we want to do is put on a very quality show.
Yep.
That's always been our goal.
You do. And it's it feels like a football stadium. I don't know how else to say it. It feels like that. Mike, can you explain? That was your first. Was that your first time?
No. My metaphor for it, and I feel this fits really well. So one thing that you need to realize, if you're thinking, well, why would you want to reduce numbers or keep a cap on numbers? It's a single track show, but still operating at a super national level. And I always kind of say that if Bowling Green is Daytona, then Chapel Hill is Bristol. It's like the short track. The fans, you've got 7, 8, 9, 10,000 fans right on top of this red dirt clay single track. There's nowhere to run and nowhere to hide, and it's a track that takes both speed and power, and it creates this bowl Bristol college football atmosphere that's electric.
It is, and I'm glad you said it, because we work hard to get a track that is tacky. It takes a lot of horsepower and a lot of brakes to pull at Chapel Hill. And a lot of the pullers have told me over the years, when we talk about Chapel Hill, why you like coming so much, because we've got some people that would never miss it. But they feel like being the one track, and the track is a little elevated to the fans, they feel like they are the show right this minute. You get into, and not taking anything away from dual tracks. There's times I wish we had one, but they say that they don't know if they're cheering for them or me. Here they know they are the show right this minute. So
right.
It really, I can't go into how many of the pullers have told me how much they really enjoy coming to Chapel Hill. It's the highlight of their season. We love that. We do love the Southern hospitality. It's something we pride ourselves on. It can get pretty tough when it's 96 degrees and 85% humidity, but we sure enjoy knowing that people like to come here.
Yeah, a perfect example, Blake Graves with the Red Horse and the Diesel Super. I called them and asked them to come to Rock Valley this past week, and they said, we'd love to, Jason, but we want to save it for Chapel Hill in case something would break in Rock Valley. And that's that's good stuff. They're saving it for Chapel Hill. How cool is that?
Yeah. And and I was just thinking, watching the show behind you, how many of the kids down here already, some of the young kids of Lions Club members down here setting up bleachers and all, they got on their young blood and their profab shirts. They are fired up about it every year. So it's our goal to build a generation behind us that keeps this going on into the future.
Again, fans, if you haven't been to Chapel Hill, you need to go. It needs to be one of the ones that you need to go to. I've been to Bowling Green once. It's awesome. I'll go back again. But I think Chapel Hill was the one, probably the big name pull. We talk about all the time that you don't need to know that. You don't need to say that Chapel Hill's in Tennessee. It's a destination pull. Everybody knows that Chapel Hill's in Tennessee. And, there's not a ton of big Grand Nationals in South. I think you're the only one in Tennessee, right?
I think so, yeah. I was sitting here looking. I'm sitting in front of a wall where we got some pictures upstairs in our hospitality room, and I was counting, I think, 5 Super Pull of the Year, NTPA Super Pulls of the Year, and several Grand National. And we were actually, when we started, we were National Hot Rod Association. So, wow. It's kind of a cool thing. And I know every track has its story. This one started out as a, run what you brung. Farmers bring them in. They dug up the old football field and pulled on it. And to see what it is 48 years later, it's pretty awesome. Pretty cool to be a part of.
It's great. Yeah, I experience the hospitality, just that big hot air balloon in the middle. Do you have that every year?
We've had it every year for about 6 years. We will not have it this year.
Okay. I should have brought it up.
I hate that. I hate it for you. But I can hook you up with a hot air balloon while you're down here.
I'm good. I'd never seen it like that at the tractor pull. I'm telling you, the amount of people that just kind of work that area behind the big screen back there in your vendor area, there's thousands of people just all night long through there. It's incredible.
If there's 6,000 in the stands, there's another 6,000
Yeah.
There's a whole field north of the pulling track, and they have a reverse big screen. It's like being at the drive-in theater. I went back there and drank a couple beers with the fans, and there's another 3,000 or 4,000 out there with lawn chairs just watching it on the back screen of it. It's electric. It's neat.
On Saturday night, you will see people bring their chairs, and it's so crowded in the stands, they'll just park right there in front of the big screen, and they still get the feel of the pull, the sound, and the noise, but they actually just watch it on the big screen. We call it the pit. You know, Indianapolis has got the snake pit. We got the pulling pit, I guess. I don't know what you call it.
The pulling pit. I like that.
The facilities all the way around too, and I'm sure the drivers love this, but the facilities are excellent. It's basically right there at the high school, and it's got some of the greatest grass I've ever seen because it's right there at like the practice football field or the baseball field and softball field. Tell us about that a little bit, and how do the pullers love being able to park out there because the pits just look wonderful.
Well, thank you for saying that, because I've spent about 20 years down here mowing and fertilizing and trying to keep that grass looking. One of the things that we have to do, because the drivers, last year we parked on the asphalt because we had so much rain.
Yeah. This
year we're back on the baseball field. So it's an actual baseball field. So, all the oil spills, all the chemicals that come out, we have to clean that up and get it back ready. And it takes a lot of time. We spend quite a bit of money getting these fields back in shape. And I don't know, it's the soccer field, the soccer team helps us because they know we're going to leave it better than we found it. So that's the hard thing for us, doing it where we do it. Being on the baseball field, the football practice field, the softball practice, the soccer field, all that, like the north end of the track, that's all soccer field during the year. So we worked really hard after the pull, getting everything off, getting water on it, getting the fertilizer. Well, fertilizer's already been put on, but, get it in a condition because they'll start playing on it in about a month. So especially the soccer field, we have to get it going quickly. So. But thank you for saying that.
Yeah. Is it a huge boost to the school and the community? Chapel Hill is not very big. How big is Chapel Hill on any given week? And then how many people come into town? How much does the population grow during pull week?
Yeah, you said it. It's 4,000 to 7,000. Friday nights are a little smaller crowd. Saturday nights are always blowout. We looked last year. I think we donated a little over 40,000 to the high school, to the library, to the sports teams, to the elementary school, the middle school. Everything that we are, there's nobody on the payroll. Everything that we make goes right back into the community. And of course, our biggest charities are the Lions charities, which is prevention of blindness. So the Vanderbilt Children's Eye Clinic, the Leader Dog Foundation that trains and produces dogs. I'm searching for the word, but
sure.
They get dogs for people who are having trouble with blindness, and everything we do is to support our charities. And we have, as a Lions Club, we have a little over $100,000 budget. So everything that we do goes back into either support our schools, support our community, support our charities, and to try to improve our facilities each year. We always try to put something back and do something a little different.
Yeah, and it
have the lines.
You can see
go
that.
Ahead, Mike.
No, I was just going to. You can see that at the school in the town. It shows that it goes back and benefits that community.
Well, you'd be challenged to find a community, and hey, we always have our rumbles too. But we've been here pulling at 1:45 in the morning, and as you know, we're right downtown Chapel Hill.
Yeah.
So the community does pretty good about supporting us and understanding that weekend. Go on vacation if you don't want to go track.
Yeah.
It's going to be loud.
Well, you have the Unlimiteds, and they're the loudest thing in the world. So yes, very much so. whether
They
it's
are.
8 o'clock at night or whether it's 1 in the morning. Absolutely. So
Uh,
have
it's-
the Lions, Tim, have they been involved since the very, very beginning? Did it start out with the Lions Club?
It did. It did. It was the first pool we had. I wasn't here. We have members that were here that first year. It was I don't even get me to try to add that up. I think it was in the 70s. And again, they just dug up the one side of the football field and challenged everybody to bring their farm tractors. And that's how it got started. And they actually, like a lot of pools history, had a sled where everybody stood on it, and now it's grown to this here. And, we appreciate the people that we hire. And, Vaughn does such a great job with the sled. A quick story, our track, I call him our track king, Ken Lamb, has been building our track now for him and his dad, I guess for close to 40 years now. And Ken started doing something a little different about 5 years ago. And after the first pro stock went down the track, Vaughn got off his sled and walked over to Ken and said, "What did you do to this track? That is the fastest I believe I have ever gone in my sled." So he's got a little trick that makes it very tacky, and that's why it takes so much horsepower and takes a lot of brake to perform down here.
That's awesome. Matt Blount, I think you owe him $20 because he says, "Tim tips, what a guy." So, you know who Matt Blount is?
I know Matt, know him well. Matt's a good guy. Matt, you should be up here working tonight. Matt and his wife help out. Matt's a member, and we're really proud to have them and all the support we have from our younger members. Matt's one of those guys that I'm talking about. We need that younger generation to step up and come in and help lead this club into the future. And he's doing that.
Yeah, Matt, you've been called out. You've been called out, Matt.
Tim, you talk about how this track and this pool started as almost a grassroots run what you brung, and now it's growing into what it is. At what point did the Lions Club and the Orange Shirts kind of look at each other and say, "Wow, we've got something special here"? Was there any specific year where it kind of turned that corner and something major tipped the scales?
I think I started with the club about 23 years ago, and I think that's where it took off. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it was when Tim. No, that's your answer right there.
No, I was on the outside looking in. I moved into this community, and the tractor pull was already here. I've been here 23, 24 years, and started out. I made the mistake of letting one of the Orange Shirts talk me into doing the toe hook measurements, and then he left and didn't come back, so I got stuck doing it the rest of the night. And okay, well, if I'm going to do it, might as well join the club and be a part. But Chris Gilbert, I don't know if you had the opportunity to meet Chris, but Chris was the guiding light to this tractor pull. He lived, breathed. We lost Chris to COVID a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, and we all miss him because he was such a leader here. But I think it's just to support what we want to do. We had to step up our game, and going Grand National, moving from hot rod to NTPA, and going from Grand National to a Super Pool. They were all, I wish I could take any credit. I can't. I'm a soldier. I just work. But those guys have, they really created a culture that wanted to see this tractor pull become what it is, and even more. And we hope that we're doing Chris justice. Chris, if you're up there, brother, I'm always thinking of it. And this week here brings out a lot of memories of Chris and what he did. And there's so many.
We lost our internet.
I'm sorry.
Nope, they're just working on some technical issues on their side. It looks like you're still fine. You're still live.
Okay.
Is Chris the gentleman? Is he the gentleman that the announcer's booth is named in honor of?
That's right. And you know, I do sound. I have a lot of duties, but I've been over on the other side. It was some stories about Chris, and there'd be a lady over there early on Saturday night. It'd be about an hour before the show, and she'd already be in her seat. And she would ask, "Do you know that guy in the stand?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." "Would you tell him to shut up?" Well, we always had fun with him about that. And, you know, it's just Chris loved tractor pulling. He loved the people around tractor pulling. And we have all kind of found that love that he had and that respect that we all have for him is pretty special, pretty special. And I will say, I do want to throw a card out to his son, Jonathan. Jonathan has joined the club now, and he's running our concession area. So there's still a Gilbert alive here in Chapel Hill and involved with the tractor.
I like it.
Excellent.
Hey, Tim, before we let you go tonight, like, are there any new things that we need to let the fans know about? Like any new rules this year or parking different? I always try to give a promoter a chance to do that. Is there something about clear bags I think I saw on the website?
Well, right now my daughter would probably kick me because I can't think of anything new. We are back to parking inside. We've had a very dry summer. Hope it stays dry. And we'll be parking back out. You know, you come in, follow the parking instruction. They'll get you parked. It's $5 to park. That's for a car full. And it's $20 at the gate for general admission, $25 for reserved seating for Friday night, and $25 and $30 respectively for Saturday night. So we're expecting. I've got good numbers that have been buying tickets, and we're excited. We're ready to put on another good show. Looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, thanks for jumping on tonight. Everybody head to Chapel Hill, Tennessee this weekend in that area. Do you pull a pretty good crowd out of Nashville, or is it more the rural area that supports the event, you think?
We do. We pull, you know, primarily 80-mile radius, maybe 60-mile is big for us. We pull a lot out of Kentucky and Illinois and on up north. I mean, you know, if
your draw. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. If they're tractor pulling fans, they find us. And
your draw is really big. I'll say this: I've had reserved seats for each of the past 3 years, and so have the gentlemen around us. And sitting in the top row of the 300-foot section by the Crow's Nest, there's a group from Valdosta, Georgia. There's a group from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and then the group from Macon, Missouri. So your draw is it goes miles beyond 80. I can tell you that. A lot of people come to this one.
I think the furthest I've seen is Washington State, California. We've had people from all over the place, but you know, we get Texas, we get Louisiana. And they are great people. We love them. They come every year, and I know who you're talking about. And I speak to a lot of them quite often. But man, we're proud they love us, and we're going to keep on making them proud.
Awesome. Well, Tim, good luck this weekend. We hope you fill up the stands, and we hope it stays dry. Knock on wood, okay, buddy?
You got it. Thank y'all for.
Thanks, Tim. Have a good night.
I'm going to wear this wood out between now and Saturday night. Thank y'all for the opportunity. We appreciate the questions and appreciate the interest in Chapel Hill. And y'all let us know if you see anything we're doing wrong, you let us know.
Awesome. Thanks, Tim. Have a great night, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Y'all. Have a great one. Bye.
Yeah. Tim Trips, everybody. Chapel Hill, Tennessee, the Lion Super Bowl of the South, July 19th and 20th, 7 p.m. Their website is Super Bowl, or is it Super Bowl, Lion Super Bowl of the South? Yeah, Lion Super Bowl of the South.com. Just Google it out there. You can do all that. So went there last year, an amazing poll. You know, the only NTPA Super National down in that neck of the woods. And it's pretty awesome. So we're going to switch gears now. We're going to go back to Warrensburg, Missouri. Show Me Shootout this Saturday, July 20th. Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Association with the MSTPA. Steve Shackelford's going to join us here in a minute. We're going to get set up for him. So
Heavy diesel rebuilds and machine work is High Plains Performance's specialty. Their team of qualified and experienced professionals are at the top of their industry. Contact Doug for a quote today.
the world's #1 racing and performance marketplace. Cars, parts, antiques, trailers, and so much more. RacingJunk.com.
Conventional combine concaves cause damage to small grains and contribute to significant crop loss over time. Luckily, Bauer Built Concaves has perfected the design for John Deere and Case IH equipment. Call them today.
Contact Corsa today and ask about their pullers packages that give you all the information you need to know about your engine.
The Pullers Championship is presented by a team of people with a commitment to the sport of pulling and a need to give back to the sport they love. The Pullers Championship was not created to be exceptional. It was created to be the exception.
Okay. Mike, we had Steve Shackle.
Organics Midwest. Put life back into your soil by improving your soil health, enhancing your root systems, and delivering increased crop yields. Revolutionize the way you farm today.
All right, we're back.
There he is.
Where's Shackelford at?
I see him. He's hiding in the green room. He looks like
Is he in the green room? Does he got his makeup on? Because he is ugly.
He is. Yeah. He's looking very dapper.
Shackelford.
This is from a guy who has his face painted all over the internet and the side of his trailer and the side of his vehicle, telling me I'm ugly.
I am ugly, but I'm not afraid to be ugly, but I talk a lot, Steve, so it's all good. So.
Oh, shoot. Thanks for having me, guys.
No, thank you. It's been fun. The weather looks fantastic for you this weekend. I've been checking it every hour, and man, it's the last year. Yeah. Well, a couple years ago, we had a gigantic crowd, and that stupid rain came in and just would not stop. It sucked. I still hate that.
It just drizzled, barely drizzled enough to shut the show down. It really didn't rain. It just kind of drizzled, and that was a real downer.
Yes, it was. Yes,
we had a good crowd. We had a good crowd that year.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. So we're looking forward to it again this Saturday. It's the Johnson County Fairgrounds, Warrensburg, Missouri, right?
Yep, 4 miles west of Warrensburg on the north side of 50 Highway. Like you said, talking about the temperature, dew points in the upper 50s, a high of 85 for that day. So I expect it'll be down in the upper 70s by the time we start the pull. Really looking forward to that.
Well, weather is everything. It was super hot in Rock Valley this past weekend. We saw it in Wisner, Nebraska last year. It was so damn hot in Wisner. It hurts the crowd, Steve. It hurts. People don't want to drink as much beer when it's that hot. I know everybody says, let's get after it, but it affects you've been through it, my friend. So,
the first year that we had this event, Jason, we had 2-day show. I think we had 9 outlaw classes for 2 days. On the Friday, the temperature was 107 degrees, and that was mid-July, similar to where we're at now. And then on Saturday, the high was 103. And no, people are not going to come and set out in that. So that was kind of tough.
Yeah, no, not at all. Again, for just joining us on Let's Go Pulling, Steve Shackelford, promoter. There's a whole bunch of people put this on, but Steve's one of the main cogs that makes it all happen. Him and his family, the boys. I saw. Did you say that the new sound system was put in this morning? What did I see that you posted, Steve?
Yeah, we had a real nice sound system, and we had a storage trailer out there at the fairgrounds. 2 or 3, 4 years ago, a wind came through, blew the trailer over, tore it apart, ruined the sound system. So we've been renting an amp for the last 2 or 3 years, and it just wasn't quite enough. So we bought actually 2 new amps and a mixer board, and we went out last night and give it a try, and it really, really sounds nice. Much better than it was.
Yeah. So this is the poster that we made for the Outlaws. How many classes? We have 11 classes on 2 tracks this weekend, right, Mike? With MSTPA and Outlaws.
We have, according to the Outlaws on the Outlaw app, 2-wheel drives, 3.0 diesel trucks, limited pro stock tractors, light super ag, modified tractors, pro stock 4-wheel drive trucks, pro stock tractors, and pro stock semis on the Outlaw side of things.
Yeah. We do not have 3.0 diesel pickups, I don't think, on the contract.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't think.
What's the Outlaw app say, Mike?
App says 2-wheel drive, diesel 3.0, limited pros, limited light super ag, mod, pro 4x4, pro stock semis. So the app, according to the app, you might have a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, we might have. We might have.
What the what right now?
Yeah. What the hell? Yeah. But no, we're the way I think we got it slated there. Brent Roberts contacted us, asked us if we would be interested in adding the semi class if he helped out a little bit, and he did, and we did add it. So we should have 11 classes, is what I'm thinking. That's 7 outlaw classes and 4 MSTPA classes, and they're all great classes. Excited to have them.
MSTPA is a great club, and they bring a lot to a show as well.
I agree.
And then you get that. I think you get more of a local fan base too, Steve, to follow those pullers in there, don't you?
Oh yeah, I think so. There's some locals here real close that we pull with our entire lives, and I'm excited to see them pull. I know they have a good following, and I think it'll add to the show a lot.
I know one of the hardest things to do is everybody wants to have their class, right? I mean, you get all. I'm sure you can only have a 4-hour show is about tops. I honestly think that somebody can actually sit through the whole thing and enjoy it. There's a few diehards. Mike Idol would sit through 10 hours of pulling.
He would, yeah.
Yes.
Probably, honestly, truth be told, Jason, that's one of the few things I can sit still for.
It's all good. I'm telling you, fans, Warrensburg's an awesome facility, great pits, great seating. There's not a bad seat in the house. It's an awesome facility, and we hope we can pack that place up this weekend. Steve, who are some of your sponsors? I know Cliff Harris Ford's one of the big ones. We took my tractor there a couple years ago, and they were super nice, and a lot of people stopped by to see the tractor. That was a lot of fun.
Cliff Harris has been a great supporter since the very beginning, even before we started Show Me Puller Productions, which is our large group of 17 members now. Cliff was very involved. Kingsville Livestock Auction, which is our regional sale barn in the area. Nutrien Ag Solutions, long time, very strong supporter. Who else, Cole? Of course, we all know Hoganix has stepped up big time and helped our show a great deal, and we can't thank them enough. Gosh.
Yeah, I know Ron Bowles is pretty happy with Hoganix. He's super happy what they've done for you, Stephen. He really he was talking to me this weekend about, man, I hope we fill that place up so Shackelford doesn't want to kill himself after the pull. So it's
well, there's so many things, the weather and there's so many factors out of all of our control, but he sure has helped. He's been a great support both through his product and through his company and then personally as well. So we appreciate him. The sponsors, I think we have like 42 sponsors at some level or another, all the way from a banner on the side of the track to our VIP sponsor, which, by the way, that comes to my mind. That's Hammond's Roofing. He's been with us for 3 or 4 years. We really, really appreciate him. Dolan Hammond's owner, and he came to us, asked us if he could have that spot. He's gotten it and he's kept it. Brian Colson and his team, they started a new business called Central Missouri Roll Off and Roofing. They became on. This is their first year, and they came on real strong, and we're glad to have them. Just trying to think who else we got. I don't know why it escapes me right now, but it does. It'll come to me as we talk here.
Yeah, that's fine. We got plenty of time. Chadrick Taylor says we will have both at Warrensburg. Awesome. Chadrick Taylor's bringing their pulling vehicles. So yeah, let us know if you're heading to Warrensburg this weekend. Let us know if you're spectating or if you're pulling. Steve, I know you and Cole are pullers, but was that kind of your ambition to start this event, or how did you guys drink too much beer one night? What happened, Steve? Because being a promoter is a lot of work, buddy.
As far as the pull,
yeah,
we Joe and Seth and I have had a pull at Warrensburg for probably 15 years, a small one, and then it just kept growing and growing and growing, and we got a bigger crowd, and we decided all of a sudden to talk to actually Doug Roberts about bringing the Outlaws in and maybe even going to a 2-day show. And then the idea of pitching that to our local business people, friends. Like I said in my post, we have 17 members made up of farmers, contractors, bankers, insurance agent, teachers, all walks of life are involved. Of course, it takes everybody to make it all happen. But we pitched our idea to that group. They kind of signed on and went with it. We had some pretty rough luck, as you know. When you come out the first year and both days the high is over 100 degrees, it's difficult to pay the bills at that point.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And that's what I really want fans to understand is the weather is the one thing that's out of your control, but you still, if you can support it. But I also, once 105 degrees, Steve, it's hard to sit out in that. And
yeah,
I said to somebody in Rock Valley Saturday during the day, what's it feel like in that fire suit? They said it only feels good when you're on the tractor. And I said, yeah, exactly. So,
after that, it's hot. It's hot.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I want to tell you a little bit about our group. There's so many things have been done out there. So much volunteer work and time. We got Jim Stuck and Monty Atkinson of All Pro Electrical, who have worked with the lights and setting poles and putting the cables up and boring power underneath the ground, underneath the track. Steve Bailey from Cat Excavation, and you know him from the pulling world as well.
Yep.
He's done an immense amount of work out there. Sent people down to do work, dirt work. They've tiled the track is actually tiled underneath it. So, if we wanted to try to drain it in a reasonable amount of time, we could. My brother Joe and Seth have done a lot of work out there, physically with fences and bleachers. We bought those bleachers at other locations and took them down, hauled them down the highway, and put them back up there at the fairgrounds. So there's just been a lot of work done. You've been there, Jason. You've seen our VIP tower.
Yep.
Alan Ferguson, Daniel Turner, Jason Goody, my whole family welded and welded and welded and welded for days on end to get that put up. Those are concrete decks up there. Steve Bailey took care of all that, and we're really kind of proud of that deal. We think it's the reason our sponsorship has been held with us so good is because we offer that elevated VIP area. Oftentimes they're at the end of the track, and this one is at the beginning. I think they like it.
Yep. No, that's great. Again, if you're just joining us, Steve Shackelford from Warrensburg, Missouri, part of the promotion team, or the promoter team that puts on this great event this Saturday, July 19th at 7 p.m. 11 classes, 2 tracks. The semis are added. You see it right there on the poster. Thanks to Roberts Trucking, Brent Roberts. I think we had 4 Saturday night in Rock Valley, Mike. Does that sound right? I think we had 4 or 5.
Yep. We had the 2 from Hopkins, Missouri, and then we had the other 2 that came and joined us. So we had 4. That's that class. I hope that class grows. That is a fan favorite. That's a great way to end a pull. You let those big boys get out there and run, and the fans, they get treated to something really cool then.
I'm looking forward to seeing them.
They're really neat. They're really neat. And Brent's truck, and I think it's his dad's truck, those things are just drop dead gorgeous. I mean, they'll bring a crowd to your show just by having them out in the pits. People will come and see them and take pictures with them. They're really good looking vehicles.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to apologize. I had Montgomery City's poster up there. I forgot about that. Let me get the
I was scratching my head. I was a little curious, but
you can call me out. I'm sober.
Well,
I
know, but because I'm a bad listener, and I couldn't remember if Montgomery County was actually Warrensburg or not. So I just saw Montgomery County
because I know it's in Johnson County. I've only said it like 72,000 times.
Hey, Jason, I also want to talk about Warrensburg being on outlawpulling.tv. This is our City Connect featured pull this week. So if you are in Warrensburg, Illinois, you can message the Outlaw Facebook page. And how do we do this, Jason? One lucky individual from Warrensburg, Illinois.
So, Steve, what we've been kind of doing, Mike and I had this idea that every town, every state's probably got a Warrensburg somewhere, right? So we've been having a little fun with it. So people and they have to prove that they're from Warrens. What state did you pick, Mike?
Illinois. It's the only other one I could find. Warrensburg,
Okay.
Illinois. Last week we did Concord, Nebraska, and Concord, North Carolina. This week we're doing Warrensburg, Missouri, and its sister city of Warrensburg, Illinois. So message us, and Jason's going to tell you what you get if you send us a message.
So basically, we give you a free live stream to watch the Warrensburg, Missouri poll, courtesy of outlawpolling.tv. It's just fun to do that because we've been driving all over the country from doing outlaw polling TV, and like every state, you see some different names, city names in every one. And I got the correct poster up now. Such a dumbass. Montgomery City was supposed to come out at the beginning of the show, but they didn't have anybody from the fair board that could come on tonight, so I forgot to delete their poster off. But how far is Montgomery City from Warrensburg, Steve? Because we're going to go there from Friday to Saturday.
Probably 130 miles.
Okay.
Straight across I-70. It's a good shot across there, but it's 130 miles probably.
That's so nice for the pullers, Steve, that they're able to do that. As you know, as a puller,
Yes.
the two-day shows are the best. We also know two-day shows are very expensive. It's very hard to get a big crowd both days. Usually you pray to God that Saturday night carries you through, because your Friday night crowd is okay, right? If you have a good Friday night crowd, then if you can have a monster. Chapel Hill talked about that, Mike, before we had Steve on.
Yeah.
You know, that's part of the drill.
The tried and true expectation. Yeah.
Yep. So good stuff.
It's difficult. I would love to go to a 2-day event again, primarily for the pullers, so they could come into town, set up camp, be here for 2 days, and enjoy it. But as you said, it is very difficult to finance that project.
Yeah. Jordan Compton, she's giving me a little crap. She says, I was going to say something about the poster, but I didn't. No, you're supposed to. You're supposed to pick on me when I make a mistake like that. It's all good.
There's a clause in my contract that Jason makes me re-sign every Wednesday afternoon, and that clause says I'm not allowed to correct him under any circumstances or in any scenario. So every Wednesday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I get an updated contract, and I signed it, and that's the first clause. So
that's a lie. Everybody knows that. That is a lie. I would assume the Pro Stock 4x4 trucks will have a big turnout. Well, Jordan's on the poster, right? Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
So that's why she was like, I want to see my truck, not Montgomery City's truck up there. So it's all good.
Yeah. We got Craig Yonkey's moving on tractor there, and Jordan's pickup, and then the Case tractor is a local a neighbor of ours. Him and his brother pull. They both have a tractor, and that's a pro field tractor. Very, very, very competitive. Real good looking tractor called Iron Eagle. I think he's had some repair problems or trouble getting hold of parts. I'm not 100% sure that he's going to make it to the track, but he's on the poster.
Jordan had a really good week this last week with that truck of hers, so definitely.
Yeah, Marty Selman picked her off at the inn in Ottawa on Thursday night, right?
She was the one that found everyone was called finding the road, but I would say that's more like finding the vein where the gold was. You know, it was almost more like she went mining and she found the vein right there. But yeah, it's a double-edged sword, because when you find the road in the four-wheel drive truck class, you kind of open the door for everyone behind you too. But she's a good track reader and a good puller.
They do a good job. Yeah, they really do. All those trucks, we love having the Pro Stock 4x4 trucks. They do a great job. I expect to have a lot of them in Warrensburg Saturday night.
Yeah, and if you're a puller, and you know, Mike and we talk about this all the time, but you have to let your fans know where you're going. Because, and I hear this all the time, Steve, I only have a couple thousand followers or whatever. Yeah, but those are your followers. They love you. They want to come watch you pull. And when you're close to home, get out there hey, we're going to Warrensburg this Saturday night. Show starts at 7. Hey, one of the questions I saw on the Facebook page today, Steve, and I'm not sure, is do you allow coolers in? But you guys sell your own beer and concessions, right?
We do, but we allow coolers as well.
Okay. All right.
If they want to bring a cooler, they can.
Okay. I always encourage people, if you can afford to buy the admission and support the local vendors, to do that. But I also understand if a promoter lets them in, that's fine. So yeah, but that seems to be the number. I think we're going to put that on every poster from now on, like coolers or no coolers. It's almost as big as the date on there. That's like the most important question I get all the time. So it's all good. It's all good. We got about 5 minutes left, Steve. If you want to, I don't know if you want to think any more sponsors, or Mike, do you have any questions, or do you want to rattle off the classes again, or we have to check that contract for the the 3.0 diesel trucks.
Yeah, we got to check that.
Right. Yeah, according to the Outlaw app, And folks, I do want to put a plug in here. If you are an Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling fan, which you should be, get the app. It's a really convenient way to experience all the data that you're going to want for a pull. So like right now, I'm pulling it up. It's got the location. It's got lineup. It's going to have live results. It says we got 2-wheel drive trucks. That's a heavy hitting class with the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pullers. Says it's got diesel 3.0, so that's your limited pro stock trucks. You're going to see people like Jason Wayman, Ryan Stahl, Skylar Leeper had a big weekend this past weekend. Limited pro stock class. Jason, you ever heard of that class before? You're a little familiar with
I
the
was going
to
to pull my tractor there a couple years ago, but Mother Nature said no. So
No.
And the 4.1s, which are super popular in Missouri. I mean, there's a bunch of them as well. Light Super Ags, that's an up and coming. I don't want to say up and coming, but if you haven't investigated that class, look into it, fans. It's super cool. Modifieds, enough said. Pro stock 4-wheel drive trucks. Also, I bet you'll have over 20, maybe close to 25 of those. You're down there in Southwest-ish Missouri. You are in the heart of pro stock 4-wheel drive truck class.
Yep.
Big pros, the Womp Womp pros, and the pro stock semis. What's it cost to get in here? $20 for an adult, $25 for an adult?
$20 for adult, $15 for kids, 12 and under, and then kids 4 and under are free.
At $20 a pop for that show right there that I'm reading off of my app right now, plus a really nice state level organization with MSTPA. Folks, you're going to have a fun Saturday night. I can promise you that. You're getting your money's worth.
I want to talk a little bit about my crew. Everybody kind of knows their job. You know, we helped Doug Roberts with some pulls in Kansas City a few years ago. We helped out the State Fair when he was doing that show, and we can just move the vehicles through so fast. I really think we'll have 80 or 100 hooks Saturday night, and if they'll come to our show and watch it, I think they'll see nonstop action. They'll see a vehicle go down the track every 2 or 3 minutes all night long. And that's what I like. That's what I want. That's what I want to happen.
We have a couple that have registered already. If we could send a teaser out there. There's just a tiny few that have already registered. Scott Bracken in the Outlaw, he's going to be pulling there, and Steve Bailey and the Rut Cutter are going to be pulling there. So they're excited about it. They've signed up for it almost a week in advance.
Well, we're trying to get all the pullers to get signed up no less than 72 hours before the event. Part of it's full pull with the gambling we're starting to do. Part of it is it makes Lori's job a lot easier. And part of it is gives you guys something to talk about on Tuesday nights, Mike. And then promoters like Steve can jump on the app on Tuesday or Wednesday and say, wow, we got to have 100 hooks.
I think easy. I think this feels, wouldn't you say, Jason, this feels easy, like 180 to 100.
4.1s should be double digits, 20 plus. I think Pro Stock 4x4 trucks would be 20 plus. I don't know why the Pro Stocks wouldn't be 10 plus. It should be a heck of a show.
Yeah, you're going to be in that 80 to 100. I have no doubt.
I'm probably talking out of school. Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
probably talking out of school. We did get a call from Jimmy Brackett, and he's hoping to have the Hillbilly Express out and be up here with this Saturday night.
Yeah, he hasn't been out yet this year.
No.
I don't think. No.
So we always like seeing him and seeing the red tractors run. So, that we're looking forward to that.
Yeah. Who would be, like, besides you and Cole, who are some just local pullers, like, right in that area that live within 15, 30 miles of the pull? Pull, Steve.
The Dormans, John Dorman and his family are not too far away. Chuck Schluter and his family are really not too far away. Yep. Austin Ritter and his son are real close. In the more regional, we have the Green brothers, Ronnie and Larry Green. Jason Goody has a really, really good running pro field tractor. Scott Bracken is not more than 30 miles away, and his dad is probably 10 or 15 miles away from where we live, and even closer to the track.
Philip Chrysler would be kind of in that area, I would imagine, in the modified forward and the pro stock trucks.
Yep, he's down south of us just a little bit. Jason Spinar just bought a 4.1 tractor, and he's not too far away, down around Lincoln, Missouri, Coal Camp, actually, more so. Chris Mortini, he's in the 2.60 diesel pickup class for MSTPA. He's very close. There's a lot of pulling in this area, a lot of pulling in West Central Missouri.
We need all those pullers to get on their social media, their Snapchat, TikTok, whatever. Say, hey, we're going to be in Warrensburg, Missouri this Saturday night at 7:00. So that's what we need.
That's what we need.
Awesome. Steve, we're going to let you go. Thanks for jumping on. Tell Cole hi from us, and we'll see you this weekend. Is it us? Did I lose him?
Nope.
Steve?
I think he froze.
He
I've
froze.
still got you. You've still got me.
Okay.
Now we're frozen. Now I'm back.
Yep.
It's all good. Steve, have a good night, buddy.
Jason, thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity to be on here with you.
Appreciate you, Steve. Take care, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Warrensburg, you're not joking, Mike. This is going to be a heck of a good pull. 2 tracks.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
It's a great facility. Big, plenty of rooms to sit on both sides. And they have had terrible luck with weather.
That's been their Achilles heel. It's really been a raw deal. This was supposed to be one of those next big 2-day. It was going to be the bee's knees kind of pull, and just had bum luck with weather. I mean, they really have.
What did the bee's knees mean? You sound like my grandpa, Mike, when you said that the bee's knees. So.
The bee's knees. You give me a hard. So when you teach public education and you can't cuss like a sailor, you really start. What was it I said the other night? I swear to goodness, and you were giving me a hard time for that. You've got to get all these other ways of speaking, and I deal with 11-year-olds for a living. I gotta be kind of good.
Well, that's why I try to drink more around you, so I bring it down a little bit. Awesome. So we're gonna switch gears. Gene Stump is in makeup right now. Join us from Waterloo, Illinois. They have a couple nights of pulling, big purse money. Have a lot of fun down there. We're gonna bring him up here in a second. We're gonna get all queued up. Do you have your stuff ready to do what you do? All right, so we'll be back. Give us 1 minute. We'll be back with Gene.
Casper Ag Solutions, here to help you make sense of precision ag. Contact Ed today.
Shop for quality Kawasaki parts, accessories, and gear at KawasakiPartsWarehouse.com.
Lincoln Diesel Specialties offers high-quality diesel performance products and services for various models of trucks. Check them out online.
Get top-quality truck parts, as well as expert application information about tractor pulling and clutch assembly, from our professionals in Waynesburg, Kentucky. Call Kenny's today.
Schultz Mortgage Team and USA Mortgage want you to know that you do not need 20% down to buy a house. Give Jason a call 7 days a week to learn how.
Yeah, I did. Where I went this one. Okay, so you put that behind us.
Mhm.
All right, get Gene up. Pull him up. Of all 3 banners, Waterloo, Illinois. All right, hit it.
1 second.
You can pull off. Just hit show again. Oh no, do your thing.
Oh, it's up.
Yeah, just gotta pull. You just have to click on the commercial again, and then pull us off to show me shootout. Gene, how are you, sir?
Hey, doing good.
Good deal. What's happening? So how many days of pulling we got? 2 or 3? I was trying to look at it earlier.
We actually got 3 shows, but 2 of them are sanctioned. Monday night, we run the 85 Limited Pros, 58 Modifieds, 7,800 diesel pickups, Superstock pickups, and 11 Pro Farms.
So it starts this Saturday, and it goes. Is it Saturday, Sunday, Monday? What are the dates on it, Gene?
No, we start Sunday the 21st and go till Sunday the 28th. The polls are Monday the 22nd, Tuesday the 23rd, and Saturday the 27th.
So you just like torture, Gene. It appears. So
well, I'm kind of like Steve there. What you had before, we got a really good crew, and that's what makes it go.
Yeah. No, I've heard you have one of the best tracks in Illinois. I've heard about Waterloo a bunch in the past. I know Pinckneyville is another one that has a really good track. You guys kind of all run together in the area down there? Or is it you same track crews, or is it each person has their own? Each crew?
No, we're all separate. Pinckneyville's got their own guys, and yes, they've really got a good track. It's come a long way, and we've got a pretty good one also, and we got a really good crew that helps me do it all.
Yep. How many years you been doing this, Gene?
I've been tractor pull superintendent for 28 years.
So Monday the 22nd.
And been pulling for 41 years.
Yeah, you are crazy. I like that about you. No, it's a lot of work, and people don't know to promote and all the stuff you deal with. It's a ton of work, and we appreciate you doing it because, if nobody does it, who's going to watch, right? We want to pull. So.
It's kind of the way I look at it. It's kind of one of them things. If you enjoy it, it's really not work.
Right. No, that's great. You guys always have big crowds. What towns are close to Waterloo that are big that you draw from, Gene? Just because it's a fair and you have a good reputation?
We're dragging a lot from St. Louis. We're getting a lot of Missouri people coming over. We advertise on the St. Louis radio stations and getting a lot of St. Louis crowd coming over.
That's awesome. That's nice when you live next to a big town, but it's in the Midwest. They're not all city slickers. They can still come out and enjoy the fair and have a good time with that. So.
You bet. And I'm thinking about doing something different this year. I'm going to probably try to do a deal where if somebody can come up to me and prove they're the farthest one away, I might give them $100 bill.
Oh.
Hey, I do that almost every year.
You think so?
Well, with these pulls.
Kenzie, the last poll we went to, we met someone from South Africa. So you don't always be so sure.
There you go.
Well, it can be sometimes.
Yeah.
Gene, tell us about some of your sponsors that help make this happen for you guys.
Our big sponsor is DeKalb, Asgrow. They do a lot. Gateway FS does a lot. Alan Eshman Trucking, he does a lot for us. Rimco Steel and Salvage. And then we got all the seed companies, Bex and Pioneer. And I mean, we got a great bunch of people. I will go out and round up a bunch of money from these people. And last year we had somewhere around, I think I had $23,000 extra dollars to put into the pot last year. And when we got rained out, I gave every puller $400 for showing up, and they were really happy with that.
Yeah, that's a big deal. I know I've been a part of a couple of pulls where if you do have crummy weather, if the promoter can step forward and say, hey, here's something for your time or for letting fans take pictures or gas to get back home, whatever. That's one of those nice little cherries that helps keep them coming back in the future. Who are some of your most popular classes? Who are some heavy hitters we're going to see next weekend?
The two-wheel drives is going to be big.
Mm-hmm.
We're paying $20,000 for the class and then $10,000 to the winner.
$10,000 to the winner. Wow.
Yeah. We already have, I can never say Cole's name. I'm going to probably botch it up, but it's Zajac, is that right?
Yeah, Zajac. Yeah.
He's coming up. Have talked to Donnie Nelson. I'm not sure what he's doing. He expressed interest. Will Teasley, the Fosters from Tennessee. Evan Anderson, he's coming over. Then we'll have all the normal Illinois trucks. I think Jeremy Nelson is going to split his new one off and bring it down. And so
Craig and Ashley Corzine have been hooking ITPA pretty regularly over the past couple of seasons, I believe.
Yep, Craig and Ashley's really faithful to us. I mean, they'll be down and they're loyal to us. They'll be down for sure to support us.
Yeah. So that's some big names.
Yep, I think we should be able to come up with. I think we're gonna have 15 trucks.
That's a perfect number. That's a fan's anything from 12 to 15 is a fan's dream number. Promoters have to like that number too. Is this single track or double track?
It's only a single. We'll run 6 classes Saturday night.
Yep.
Or is it 7? Might be 7. So
light supers, 2-wheel drives, heavy supers, heavy mods, limited pro stock, pro farm. Looks like 7 on your banner there.
Yep, it's 7. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, I had the pro farm on the wrong night. I got them on Saturday, and then we got the antiques on Monday also.
So Monday and Saturday are the ITPA hooks, and then is Tuesday kind of your farm pull then, Gene? Is that what you do?
Yeah, there's some farmers class stuff, some local trucks, and the Illinois Hot Farm Stock, they run on Tuesday night also.
Russell Phipps is checking in, said they'll be there with their new mod. That'll be their first hook then, right?
No, they've been to 2 or 3 of them already.
Have they? Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
we were trying to get him to the Polish Championship.
His son drove to Jerseyville the other night, and he won there.
Nice.
Oh, I'll be darned.
Yep. So we got that 82 super stock, Jason, and sure love to have you there if you could work it out.
That would be awesome.
Well,
things got a little warm Friday night. My water injection line blew off and got to 2,200 degrees. So,
ouch.
We're currently in teardown mode to see how bad it's hurt. So,
we the 6,000 super, I'm going to have extra money in that class also. I'm probably going to throw an extra $1,500 or $2,000 on top of it, and then everybody will get a little show up money. Nobody goes home without a check.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Jason, he said $10,000 to the winner of the 2-wheel drive truck class. Those are the purses that we want to be talking about week in, week out in truck and tractor pulling. That's what we like to hear.
Gene's always done this down there, and I think he did the pro stocks maybe a year or two ago. Does that sound right?
Yeah, 2 years ago we were 15,000 on the pro stocks, and they were going to be that last year again if we didn't get rained out.
So it's pretty fun to knock all that. I would think you should draw all the 2-wheel drive pullers out of the woodwork then for something like that, for sure.
Yeah.
So
Yep. So yeah, we're hoping to. We if Mother Nature cooperates, we're hoping to have a good deal going on. They've got a lot of good food, cold beer.
I'm a big fan of both of those things.
What's the weather been like for you guys? I know, we were down there in Nashville. What's that?
Now he's back.
What happened? We lose Gene?
There he is.
Okay. What's the weather been like for you guys the last month?
We've had quite a bit of rain here the last 2 weeks. The last 3 days been really hot. But next week for the fair, they're talking pretty much dry all week, and the highest it's going to be is 87 degrees.
That would be perfect.
Yep, it's going to be a great week in the making, the way it sounds.
That would be absolutely perfect.
Yes,
so what's your pulling track? Is it used any other time of the year, or does it just get used for just this event?
No, they have every once in a while they have rodeos out there and horse shows and stuff like that. But this is by far the biggest stuff that happens on it.
How do you guys do you guys put a cover crop on it? Why is it so good, that track? I've heard just great things about it.
We've actually, every year we put a little bit of sand in it.
Okay.
And just a little bit, and we work it in and just keep working it in. And it seems to be working real well for us.
Nice.
And then we just let the weeds grow up on it and then till them into it.
Yep. Organic material, baby.
Yeah, that's been the new thing. You always see Chapel Hill. If you look at pictures of it, it's got grass on it. What they have up in Rock Valley, they planted something on the one in Rock Valley. You were talking about that, Jason.
I think they had wheat or rye on it, Mike.
Yeah, and then
they were saying if they wouldn't have done that, that track would have washed away when the flood came through 3 weeks ago. So.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, we've been. I don't know exactly, but we've been ITPA down here for probably 40 years, close to it, 45 years.
That's awesome. That's a big.
How old is ITPA? How long is that? Sure. So are you pretty close to one of the original tracks there?
We're one of the older ones. I think I think ITPA is like 55 or 57, something like that.
That's awesome.
So, and you've been with them for over 40, so for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gene, what class did you pull in?
We started out in ITPA in the 14,000 farm stock, and now we're running the 4-1.
That's what I
thought. And in fact, the boys are up at the shop right now. They're working on the second one. We're hoping to get it out by the fair.
Awesome. That always motivates you to get it done for the hometown pull.
Yep. Hoping to take it somewhere before there, but we'll see.
Right.
So,
Jason, we talk a lot about how there are certain pulls you don't need to say, the second part of where they're from. When you say Rock Valley, you don't have to say Iowa, and you say Bowling Green, you don't have to say Ohio. I feel that same way about certain state level associations. And I feel like ITPA is, when you say the word like state level, like what comes to my mind is Badger State, ITPA, and Mid-South. ITPA is one of those where it's like, it's state level, but like it like knocks on the door of being like national level. And the quality is almost, pound for pound, the exact same. They're just catering to that local area. So I love to kind of peek over and see what's going on in ITPA from time to time, because it's good stuff.
No, it absolutely is. And it's, I mean, they cover, Gene, you guys cover a pretty big, I mean, Illinois is a big state from top to bottom. And you guys do a lot of running. So.
There's pulling from the south tip to the north tip, just about.
Yep, that's what I thought.
And will you sneak into Wisconsin or Missouri or Indiana or neighboring states, or does it stay loyal to Illinois specifically?
Towards the end, we'll slip into Missouri once in a while just to see how things go. But we got 26 hooks in Illinois, so that's more than enough to wear it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Mine went kabang on hook number 25 and 22. So that's when the pump said no moss.
Oh boy. Yep. So, but yeah, like I said, we'll slip over there with the Excalibur boys every once in a while and see how they're doing. But we try to stay as loyal as we can to ITPA because that's where I started.
No, you should. And it's good you have to support your local organizations because it's nice to come home at night, or at least not have to drive 8 hours to get home. So
right.
It's good to do that.
You bet. You bet.
And that's truly what keeps like an OSTPA and some of the state associations going like that. So who's on the microphone for you guys, Gene, down in Waterloo?
Eli Lisk.
Eli, yeah. They didn't get to have Nashville last week, right? That got rained out, didn't it?
Yeah, that got rained out Tuesday night. But then they had another night of pulling and had a couple ITPA classes, but their big show Tuesday night got rained out.
Yeah, that stinks.
One thing I did want to add that the Pro Stock class, the 5.0 class, it still will be $7,500.
Okay.
Yeah, which is still an excellent payout.
That's still the raised purse.
So that's $7,500 for the purse?
Yeah. Yep.
And that's Saturday the 27th, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm. And so then the two-wheelers, same thing?
Two-wheelers will be $20,000 for the class and $10,000 for the winner. Saturday night. And then I'm hoping that by running the 5.0 class and putting a little extra money in there and the two-wheelers, maybe I can catch some outlaw guys that are out of the points race maybe, and they might come over and see us. Because we're just right across the river.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Is there a competing hook? Can you
so the sticky thing about that is, so Montgomery City is Friday night.
Go to the 27th. Go to the 27th.
Oh, the 27th. We're a whole week ahead.
Yeah.
Ooh, that makes things interesting. So Outlaws have Lamar's and Platte City. And let me see what classes we have going on there. I got it on the app right now.
Gene, have there been many 5.0s out with Western Series this year that have just stuck with Western Series at all?
I can't answer that, Jason. I haven't seen any run yet.
Yeah.
So I really don't know.
The two-wheel drives for the Outlaws. The two-wheel drives for the Outlaws are in Platte City. But you never know. Things.
Well, there's a bunch of two-wheelers in Illinois. We know that for sure. Yeah. If all those come out to play, $10,000 to win. What's NTPA have? What's Grand National have in region?
On the 27th, that's going to be
Fort Recovery.
Yeah, that's Fort Recovery in Brandenburg. It's going to be that weekend, and Brandenburg, I think, went back to the four-wheel drive trucks. And did Fort pick up the two-wheelers? I can't remember. I haven't looked at their schedule in quite a while. But I think
that's what makes it so difficult, Gene. Not a lot of promoters do what you're trying to do and throw this. I mean, some do, but not. We don't see this a lot. This big money. It's so hard during fair season. We're just there's about a 6-week window, right? Where it is just nuts. So
and that last week of July, it's pretty tough.
Yeah, that's the biggest week in pulling. I mean, I think it's almost bar none when you look at all three major organizations and then the state and regional level. Like that week is crazy.
Yep. Yes, it is. Just our class, the 4-1s, we got 4 of them next week.
Jason gets shivers. He's like, "Oh man, I remember the days."
It's just not. You just go, and I love this. I'm ate up on this just as much as anybody else. But man, it wears a feller out. So
yes, it does.
No, you were shivering because you remembered what happened to that 4-1 tractor, and you were just thinking, boy, you put 4 hooks on it. No, I don't think as fans and promoters, you do get wore out, but I don't think you ever lose that, the nervous jitters or the excitement, the magic, it's the tractor that when it hears it's got to hook 4 times in a week goes, whoo,
Yep, that's right.
Well, when things are going good, everything's running, it's awesome. And then it's when it's not, you're like, oh, this is so dumb. Why do we do this?
this is expensive.
Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Again, talking with Gene Stump from Waterloo, Illinois. 3 nights of pulling. So ITPA is Monday, July 22nd, Saturday, July 27th, and then they have kind of some more local, some out of field, out of farm pulls Tuesday. Probably some trucks as well, I'm guessing, right, Gene, on the 23rd,
Yes.
excuse me.
Yes. Yes,
Good
that's
deal.
right.
All right. So did we hit your sponsors and did we get through everything we wanted to talk about tonight, Gene?
I think we did, and one sponsor I did get was the beer distributors, Gray Eagle Distributing. They do a lot for me also, and just appreciate everything everybody does for us, and we'll keep working at it and trying to make it bigger and better.
I love the fact that you're throwing some big money out there. That's that encourages some people to come to Waterloo and Illinois and give it a chance. I like it.
And if anybody's got any questions, feel free to call me. My phone number's on the poster there. And we're glad to talk to anybody who wants to come see us.
Awesome. Thanks, Gene. You have a good night, buddy.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
$10,000 to win the 2-wheel drive truck Saturday the 27th in Waterloo, Illinois. Not $1,000, $10,000. He said $20,000 purse. So even second and third and fourth would be pretty big. But if I said to you, what's one class in Illinois that's gigantic? 2-wheel drive screams at you. Big names, Nelson's, Corzines, Phipps, all those. And they're bringing their new mod as well. And like you said, ITPA is a great association. Great association.
It is. Yes,
with a ton of hooks.
Yeah, a lot of good iron coming from that group, and a lot of big names, grand super champions, whatever you want to say it, national tour pullers that'll go back and support the ITPA. That's something we've seen Craig Corzine do and Ashley do. They've kind of shifted their focus from NTPA Grand National Points to ITPA. I like to see that, from time to time when pullers are willing to invest like that.
Well, I mean, they're so busy with the kids, and I know I think one of their kids is into show cattle, and then I think
they're big in the cows right now,
softball stuff and things like that. So,
you betcha.
So we talked Chapel Hill. We're gonna do a roundtable now. Throw your comments in there. Where you went last weekend, where you're going next. If you have any questions, please put them up there on the screen. We talked to Chapel Hill, Tennessee. That's July 19th and 20th. We talked to Warrensburg, Missouri. I did have the wrong poster up. You guys got to say something quicker. That's the wrong poster, Jason. Mike, you're my guy, Mike. I don't make you sign a contract on Wednesday.
I know, but
Thursday.
I could not remember. You said it's the something county fair.
Yeah,
strong speaker, poor listener. And I didn't listen to what county fair you said. And I was like, man, Montgomery County. Okay, I guess that's Warrensburg. Like whatever.
And then Gene Stump came on to talk about Waterloo, Illinois. 3 big nights of pulling. They said Monday the 21st or Monday the 22nd, Tuesday 23rd, and then Saturday the 27th. So $10,000 to win the 2-wheel drive trucks, and then they have a $7,500 purse for the 5.0s. So ITPA, which is Illinois Tractor Pulling Association, had always been big pros, and then this year they got rid of the big pro class and they went to the 5.0 class, which we've seen with the Outlaws now. We've had for forever, but it's been fun to do all that out there. So
the 5.0 class is supposed to be. This is what people are anticipating is going to be the next. I saw this. What's this? Is this where this young lady's from, or is there a truck called this, or is there an inside story here?
Well, it's just CJ, and it's 10 o'clock where he lives, so he's drinking, and he likes to do these kinds of things. So
we did find, Kinsey and I did find, speaking of Jordan Compton, if she's still watching, if she could get us a picture of the back of her pickup truck, we did find the Hawktua of the Outlaws.
Yeah, well, she put it on her by her hitch, right? So,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Give Mike a break. So Chuck Fowler's sticking it for you. Chuck's watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
He says, give Mike a break. He's on summer vacation.
So. I was trying to do, so this was really bad. I was trying to do math with Ron up in the booth. Now, if you've ever listened to Ron gets like really, well, ladies and gentlemen, that's just 38/1000ths of a foot or something. Like he can do all that math like immediately.
No, he gets his phone, he gets his calculator on his phone.
But he understands this. I don't even understand it. Like, because I looked at it and it was like 0.05 and like 0.10. And I was like, oh, they're just 95 hundredths of a foot apart. And Ron comes over. He's like, that's not 95 hundredths of a foot. He goes, that's whatever. He goes, it's way closer than that. And so I was like, hey, man, I teach English, not math, and it's the summertime. So give me a break.
CJ lives 15 miles away from the Hoctua girl. So there you go.
Oh, I'm going to leave that alone.
So Holly 355s on YouTube. They went to Williamtown, Ohio Saturday, and next will be in Fort Recovery. I wonder, Wilmington, Ohio, is that OSTPA maybe?
That would be my guess. That would be, I don't know, but
I don't recognize that from like a region.
Yeah, that would be my guess.
So Outlaws this week, what do we got coming up? And then, let us know how you did on full picks. She lives 15 miles from Chapel Hill, CJ said. Okay. So,
I will say this. Chapel Hill, Tennessee is notorious for having the greatest national anthem singers. When you are 45 minutes away from Nashville, it is very easy to find really good singing voices. Chase met her last year. Well, also leaving that alone.
Yeah. How many ultras is CJ into right now?
Outlaws this week have Lee, Nebraska on Friday night and Pawnee City, Nebraska on Saturday night, as well as Montgomery City on Friday night, Montgomery City, Missouri on Friday night, and Warrensburg, Missouri on Saturday night. So we've got 4 shows in 2 days, split squad. Kenzie is
Bloomfield, Iowa on Thursday night.
On Thursday. Yes.
Randy Proctor says
putting her hair up and getting all frazzled really soon because she is antsy about the production trailers and stuff and whatnot. But Kenzie, what's the worst that could happen? I explained to you today. What's the worst that could possibly happen?
Everything goes wrong and we get fired.
So yeah, nothing to worry about, girl.
Yeah, nothing at all.
Yeah, then you go be a teacher with Mike in Missouri.
Oh no, you don't.
Well, you could teach. There's something I don't know. We could talk about it.
This is this tractor.
Yeah, is there a tractor pulling class?
Yeah.
So
you don't want to be a school teacher. It's
no, the kids.
It's not very lucrative.
Not very lucrative.
Heartland,
Michigan is tomorrow. Randy Proctor said he's watching on YouTube. It's getting Hartford. I'm sorry. Wow. Hartford, Michigan is tomorrow. It's getting into like there's literally like a poll every day. You know
throw a rock and you're gonna hit one.
The Pull Town Party Nut says every night is like trying to sleep on Christmas Eve, ready to get some Crown and Bush down. So
yeah, I saw Keith Seiler posted up and said their countdown's at like 31 days or something like that. That doesn't feel real or right. That's crazy. Where'd the summer go?
So, Mike, we made our picks on fullpullpicks.com, and you didn't do anything. Like, you picked endangered species, then you went with doctor's orders and super farm. Like, you got one for sure, then you just totally blew up the other ones. Why did you have to do that to me? We had a chance to make money with that.
You gave me a hard time for picking too safe earlier, so I was going to get you
one of our $5 bets. We're going to win like $5.20. I'm like,
but no, I haven't called you.
Odds are like 2-1 and 2-1 or 1-1.
How much money did we make? I bet we're sitting pretty right now.
Oh no, we didn't win a single one.
Huh?
Do you want me to pull up my count? Do you not believe me, Michael?
No, I entirely believe you. Believe you.
I want to show you next time
You're going to throw me. This is you throwing me under the bus because they're my picks. Your money. I do like this. Hey, for everyone watching, though, this is the way to do it. My picks, Jason's money. This is a really good agreement that we have going on right now. Yeah. These are my picks.
Throw me under the bus. I'd throw Mike under the bus.
Oh, thanks, Mark. I know about
He doesn't like the way that I make picks.
No, I mean, I thought we're doing our countdown to pull times for fullpull.live. And thank you again to the, I think we had thousands of people watch. I don't even know. We had certain people watch. It was amazing this past weekend on for the charity, and Full Pull donated all that money back to them. So here's my Full Pull account, Michael. Okay. So when I handed you my phone, we had $102. We had $12.30 in my account. So you suck, Mike. That's all.
You're feeling bad about those bonuses we got from this weekend now then.
We got bonuses? So my tractor went to 2,200 degrees. That's not going to be cheap. I gave Mike my phone. He lost me $100 on the thing. So here, what's this? Pro Stocks, Rock Valley, Iowa, session 3. We picked Lot of Green and Gone. And
those are on paper, those are good picks. Those
Colby
are great
Seth,
picks.
Colby Seth won $466 in the Pro Stock class. He picked Lot of Green and Wide Loose Deer.
See, Lot of Green. I'm like halfway there each time.
Yep, I like that. This is Real Money Wagering, fans. It's up on fullpullpicks.com. And if you create a new account and use the coupon code BeerMo, can you throw that on as a comment? Beer MO. You get $25 free into your account, fans, at fullpullpicks.com. So Mike, maybe I'll set up a new account with a new email address so I can get my $25 out of you, Mike.
Yeah.
25 free. These when they set up a new account.
I'll give you my other email address and you can have it back for the money.
Mike, I want you to do it because you're a poor teacher and I want you to have that. And I'm a poor mortgage lender, but rates have been starting to slide down the last week. So I'm starting to get excited a little bit. We're kind of falling back below 7 now. So that's good.
People seem worried about those rates. See, I didn't realize that I was poor until I saw a meme. See, I never even asked people about what the rates are or what the down payment is. I just asked people, what's it going to cost me monthly? I guess that's the poor person's way of doing things. So I've never been worried about a rate, Jason. I'd be like your greatest customer. You lock me in at 17%. I don't care.
Give me a place to sleep. It looks like I don't think all the picks are up yet. The classes, I think they get the classes looks like they're going to do 4-wheel drives from Chapel Hill. I'm guessing we'll probably do all the classes. I don't know. I'll have to check.
Yeah, with it being a 5-class show, that's not a ton. I would imagine they would do all of them.
Yeah, there's a $20 free cash, but you get $25 free cash if you use Beer Mo. So set that up and have some fun with that. Lion Super Bowl, the South, 4-wheel drive, Friday picks. So they're getting the website ready, it looks like, for the games. We have our weigh-in show on Wednesday night where we'll announce the lineups. I texted Dan Mayer, Miles Krieger, PK, and Darren Hartwell. Darren Hartwell cannot come on, but I think he's on the mic down there. He said he would help out with some countdown to pull times. So I'm going to go back to my leaderboard, Mike, here. So Pro Stocks Session 3, Colby Seth won $466. That's good. Super Stock Diesel Trucks out of Joliet, Illinois. Colby Seth won $202. Well, Colby, he's a gambling man. Chain Reaction, 195. So you pick 2 pullers who finish in the top 3. So that's fun. And there's going to be some new stuff coming too, Mike. Well, I think I think they said they're going to do some head-to-head stuff. I don't remember exactly, but I think they'll pick like 4 pullers and you pick 2 people. I don't remember what they told us, but it's going to be kind of cool. Some more games are coming. That'll be fun to do that. So, but Mike, we got to do better. That's all I'm saying next time. So.
Oh, we'll get it sorted out. Don't you worry.
Super Farms Rock Valley Session 3. So we had endangered species. We did. You picks a winner, and then what did Doctor's Order get?
They got exactly probably what a white pulling in Super Farm would get. It got about, and it is a true white too. That one's not cross-dressing anyway, but it's a white, man. Whites are awesome. White farm equipment. You got to go with a white.
WFE, baby. Yeah, nobody really did well in the Super Farm class at all. I think
because Jason, I've always said, like, if you want to lose money, that's the class to bet in. The Outlaw Super Farms there's about 7 of them that could win at any point. That class is loaded. That class is hard to pick in.
Friday night, and then he got 11th on Saturday night.
Yeah, because that's what we see a lot. Any idea how much money they raised at Rock Valley? No, Robert, I can tell you a lot probably, but they still have to pay the pullers. I know a lot of pullers donated their checks back. You can click that, put that comment up there for me, kids. Case IH donated 20 grand. FullPull.live donated 15,000. Outlaw Pulling TV donated 10,000. So, but they still have to pay for the event too. So there's a lot of stuff like that. But I would hope the crowd, I hope they killed it. Hope they killed it. There sure was a lot of people there Friday night and Saturday night. So it was super hot Saturday during the day. Holy cow. It was hot. So was it hot in announcer stand, Mike?
It was breezy up there. I'm sorry. I was going to their GoFundMe page because last I knew the GoFundMe had like an active. It was showing how much money had been raised on it. During the day, right up until about 2:30. We had a nice breeze coming through, and then it stopped, and it was just solid humidity. But I don't know, the evening wasn't bad. By that point, we got done with the noon show at like 3:30, and we're thinking like, oh, gonna go back, freshen up, cool off. I get back to my trailer. I get a text from somebody who says, we need interviews lined up. We have a show at 4:30. So I enjoyed my 17-minute break. I put on a clean polo, went and found some interview people, went back, did the pre-pull show, went up, did the actual show. I can't remember if it was hot. I didn't have time to, it was not on, I was not concerned if it was hot, but I'm not complaining. I was having
You're the cover photo of the Outlaw Pulling Facebook page, Mike.
I did see that. See that. And I showed it to my wife, and I was like, look at this. She goes, yeah, you put that there yourself, didn't you? And I was like, no.
Jason put that there.
This was someone else.
Yeah, no, I put that. You and Ron and Skylar Leaper, I think. So.
It's a cool picture. It's just having a good time up there, talking pulling.
All right, fans. What are some cool winter stands or like stages or winter? What am I looking for? Like winter circles. Yeah, Rock Valley's got a cool one. Can you do a screen share? Maybe go to show Ron up there. The
Chapel Hill gives away the director's chair, and they have something. I've never gotten a good look at it, but they have a raised stage.
They do it down at the end of the track. I remember that last
Bowling
year.
Green has the flowers out in front, which is really pretty. What's Toma? Does Toma have? I don't know. That's
Toma has a nice. You go up on the announcer stage up there.
That's right. It's in front of. It's right in front of the announcer stage. The Pullers Championship has the coolest backdrop of any of them that you'll see.
Well, yeah, I think so. I mean, we got to put our sponsors on there. We got to take care of them.
Now the Pullers Championship. No, this is a neat.
Cents in my account. I'm gonna turn it into some money. I'm making some picks right now. There's Mike and Ron and Skylar Leaper sitting up there on countdown to pull time. So we'll be doing those. You're gonna have some between the white lines. You try to do those in Nebraska, Mike, if you can with Chandler. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You can just go live on Facebook, sit there and talk.
If things don't work out for me, if the Outlaws somewhere decide that they don't like me, or if I say something stupid, Skylar Leaper might be your guy. That guy's got a lot of good color and a lot of good personality. He could have sat right up there and been an announcer with Ron and myself.
That's fun to do that.
Yeah, he brought good energy. And then we followed him up with Lane Paulson. And I love everything about Lane. And Lane is a born tractor puller, but Kinsey, Lane makes you look very talkative. Lane is, and I think Ron almost did that all just to kind of, get him out there a little more, but Lane is not a chatterbox.
That's because his mom does all the talking. Yeah. Does all the talking. So I stayed out way too late with his dad Sunday morning. So way too late. And then that storm, we went to bed about 3:45. Then that storm blew in about 5:30. And Matt Rogo from Herbogowski from Full Pull looked at me and goes, Jason, I think we're going to die. And I'm like, I'm going back to bed. I was so tired, Mike. I had one too many whiskeys, and I didn't care if that motorhome flipped over or not. I was sleeping.
That's about where I was. I was looking around. I was like, where do we go? And I was like, I think my motorhome's about the heaviest thing around here. So, we'll just stay. Yep.
I know the people that were sleeping in the production trailer, Julianne and Justin thought that Doug was looking up to him to pull him away. Doug got a video of it. It was wicked. That storm popped up. That humidity. There's some strong storms south of us tonight, Mike, in northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin. Yeah.
Nothing but beautiful blue skies here in Missouri. Hotter than, whatever 11-year-old.
Hotter than goodness. Hotter than goodness.
Hotter than, well, no, because goodness is good. Hotter than bad.
No, Mike would be like hotter than HE double hockey sticks. No, I wish I had a better mouth than you, like you, Mike. You're way more professional than I am. So. It's all good.
I lose my job. That's all I need to get on this podcast. And some parent of one of my students, you're on there dropping, whatever. So.
Stay away from politics after this past weekend, Mike. So.
I don't. Yep, no problem. No problem.
Stay away from politics.
Yep. Hey, did you see my Kinsey? Did you see you're going through them? My grilling. Tell me that's not that. I'm like a social media guy. I am getting this social media stuff.
He's cooking.
Grilling.
No, go find it.
Hot days are for grilling. And I got low. I'm learning to get the low angle shots and everything.
Yeah. He made a post about grill.
Getting all artsy fartsy. Go back to the semi truck. That's like the semi truck's like the best picture I took all weekend. Banana Max. Yeah, look at that, all tall and mean looking.
Blow it up a little bit, Kenzie. And look at that, Mike Idle.
That was so much fun.
iPhone camera extraordinaire.
Kenzie keeps telling me, she's like, use the camera. I was like, no, it makes me feel self-conscious. I'm going to keep using my iPhone for right now. Doing the show on Thursday night. If you ever want to have fun, folks, go run a camera with Jason Schultz, like in your ear, giving you lifetime feedback. Oh man, that's a
I don't know if everybody likes it as much as you do, Mike. I get yelled at a lot.
I don't need drugs. I just need Jason talking to me while I run a camera. It is a trip.
I know what I want to see. I know what I want to show the people. The people want to see this, Mike. So
it's a trip, man.
Here's some pictures from Rock Valley this past weekend. It was awesome.
I'm gonna miss it. I can't wait to get back next year. That was a
wonder how many t-shirts it's cold. Ron, are you gonna be able to get on with Ron tomorrow night?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good. No. So those gray shirts were did they say Valley Strong or Valley Hope? What'd they say on them?
Pulling for hope.
Oh, Kenzie's got one on. Pulling for hope. And not Hope Bindle, that works for us.
I was wondering, yeah, that was where it gets a little confusing.
I can't wait for the picks to come out. I'm gonna try to take my $12.
I kept trying to get Rally the Valley. I kept trying to get that to catch on, but Valley Strong, that's perfect.
Hey, Mike, you made it in this one.
I did. Look at me up there.
There's Mike. Mike Idle. Yeah.
I bet we can find Dad. Zoom out a little bit. Dad was sitting right up here too. We'll put Dad on the internet. He's never been on the internet before. Oh, there he is. Hey. Yeah.
There's Mike's dad, everybody.
With his outlaw hat, enjoying the show. All right. Brad.
Does he have a long sleeve shirt on? Does he have a long sleeve shirt on?
No.
No. Oh. No, he's not. He's crazy, but he's not that crazy. Yeah. The fans, the attendance was good. I felt like the attendance was really, really good. Those bleachers on the west side, they're big and they hold a lot. And,
when Kurt Koima won Super Farm with the last hook, that whole section had to have been from Rock Valley because I was down running the wireless cam and I turned around and watched that. They were like, come on. They're all waving their arms. And then sure as could be, he came up and he won it by about 6 inches.
We saw 1,100 people unanimously go up. I swear the bleachers sank because they just had, 1,000 people pushing down on them immediately. Kenzie, we haven't talked numbers. How many people? We haven't talked. See, Kenzie and I, we're good for pulling on this. Kenzie, what would you estimate the crowd attendance at Rock Valley to have been this weekend?
At least 10,000.
I would have put it at 12. Honestly, seriously, because I'm stupid. Like I would have said 12,000 people.
Hey, give him a break. He's on what Chuck Fowler said. Give him a break. He's on summer vacation.
We like to inflate pulling attendance numbers. So yeah, easily 3,000 people came to their feet when Koima, in one bleacher section.
Yeah.
When Koima
walked
off the Super Farm.
What was the best food there?
The ice cream with the Subway cookies.
The pork loin there is stupid good.
Yeah.
Todd Bowles ate 3 of them.
Only 3.
Only 3. You had some ice cream with Subway cookies?
Yeah.
And then the Subway in Sheldon, Iowa needs to put more than one person working on Sundays.
Yeah. That poor lady.
That's pork country up there.
Yep.
Yeah. With fans, like I was telling earlier, fans from around the world. We met a group from South Africa. That was wild. Was not what I was expecting.
Nice.
That Lane Paulson?
Yep.
That's what I was just thinking, yeah.
Wheels up.
I was glad to see him there. Was super glad to see him. Got to talk to him. He's a cool dude. He's another Wisconsinite from up in your neck of the woods.
That's about an hour from us.
Yeah.
Mr. Novak, Wisner promoter. Wisner's August 22, 15 through 17. Same time as Bowling Green. Yeah, the crowd was just good to see. It was the opening ceremonies we're going to get those posted here this week. Going to cut that out of the live stream. It was so good. So good. And it was nice. Show got done about 10:30 each night. It was, 100 and some hooks, pounded them through. It was great.
Yeah, the afternoon sessions went very smoothly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
all
ready
three
for
of them.
fries drowned in vinegar and salt. That was a lemonade stand that these kids were running in town. They're going to donate the money. Shelby Viscoschel got her took that picture for us. There's the guy from South Africa.
There's Ray. Ray from South Africa.
When Mike imitates him, it sounds like an Australian. Do your accent there, Mike.
I'll just tell you the story. So this was right before the noon session on Saturday, and I went and got a coal train, and I'm rolling through the Midway. It's maybe 11:30 in the morning, kind of getting my head right. And I'm walking past the beer tent, and I can't not buy beer, but I can't exactly be drinking the beer while I'm up in the announcer's booth. So I went over there and I was like, hey, here's some money. First group that rolls through, because you could buy 6-pack coolers. You could buy a cooler, 6 beers in it, and go refill it or whatever. I said, first crew that rolls through that wants a 6-pack of beer, tell them it's from Mike on the mic. The announcer's booth is buying their first round. Have an awesome day. Don't think anything of it. Go up to the crow's nest. This guy comes walking up there. Hey, are you Mike? Yeah, what's going on, buddy? I just wanted to say thanks for the beer, mate. We're going to have a cracking good time, mate. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, where are you from?
Did he seriously sound like an Australian?
Yeah, he called me mate. He kept calling me mate, again and again, which was really, really cool.
South Africa sounds like Australia.
He goes, yeah, because no, that's they were like a British colony or something for a long time. It's a whole deal. But no, he goes, I'm from South Africa, mate. Me and the bubs are gonna have a bubbling time or something like that. I'm like, I was like, dude, what's your name? We got to take a selfie. Oh, I'm Ray. So
I'm Ray.
This is Ray, and Ray was enjoying beer and his first ever tractor pull at 11 in the morning from South Africa, and that's freaking cool.
Mikey, here's a hint: fill your water bottle with vodka. No one will ever catch it.
No, it's not. It's not about hiding it. It's about I'm wild enough sober. Someone got in my ear while I was announcing, and they were like, if you keep announcing like this, we just need the bells and whistles, and it's going to sound like Europe. So, I don't need any extra.
That was Dave Nelson that said that. But we love your enthusiasm. You keep it up.
I don't need any more go-go juice when I'm in the announcer's booth.
No, you have awesome enthusiasm for pull. You and Ron sounded amazing, and Fred Petch covered for Dave Bennett. We did the Iowa wave to Dave Bennett on the live stream. He was back home watching in the hospital, so that was pretty neat. So a lot of emotions this weekend for sure. What else was going on this weekend? I feel bad because I've just been so engulfed with Outlaw Pulling TV and FullPull.live. I don't even know what's going on in the rest of the world. Was there any other big stories that we missed this weekend?
There was one. There is one, and I do want to mention this because they're friends of mine, and I reached out to him. Terry Hagedorn picked up his 25th career victory this weekend. So I sent a text.
Joliet or where?
I'm assuming Troy.
Troy.
I texted a couple of the 4-wheel drive truck pullers, checked in with Cody Lewis and Terry that pulled at Troy, just some local friends of mine. But that is kind of a story worth acknowledging in the pulling world. I think the Theobalds continue to just kick butt and take.
Yeah, Renee won in Fairfield, right?
Yeah, I think I saw that as well.
On that. See who won money down there on FullPullPicks.com. That's Taylor Van Beek's new 5.0, guys. I'm sure that'll be called Extreme Pleasure, right?
So I'm assuming, and you'd think I would know this, that class cannot run intercoolers. Is that right, or can they?
I don't think so. I don't think the 5.0 pros do.
Is that why we see such? I noticed on a couple others. Did you see his exhaust coming off of his turbo or into his turbo, whichever way? It looks like a trombone. It's like the longest. No, it does.
Yeah, no, it helps them with their air, and then they inject water in there.
So they're trying to cool it as much as they can because they can't run an intercooler. So longer piping equals more time for air to cool.
Mini rods, Fairfield, Illinois. Can I put this up on the screen, Kenzie? Switching gears here. You guys have any final questions? Let us know. We're going to wrap this up here in a few minutes. Here, full pull picks. So I know we have stuff for Chapel Hill this weekend, and then I think we have our weigh-in Wednesday show, and then they'll release all that there. So here's I got 44th, and Mike, I picked Chase and a field pick. I did, and I picked. It's just when there's certain other classes you do under. I picked Adam Kester and Adam Kester. I tried to see if he'd double down like he did in, where did he do that at? Hutch? I think he did that in Hutch. And I picked Bruce Law and Renee Theobald. So Renee ranked number 1 and Bruce got 22nd. Bruce let me down there. So
where was this at?
This was Fairfield, Illinois.
Is this a champion store?
Yeah, there was no NTPA Grand National, so they picked up. So Chase got 10th. Kester. So I did Kester's. I had a legitimate shot there because you got to pick 2 to get in the top 3.
Did PPL have 2 Champions Tour events going on this weekend?
I don't know. They must have, because Joliet, Illinois had the super stock diesel trucks.
And
Big Rob won $83. That's your big winner in the mini rods. Walk the Line and Little Wicked. Mandy Balk from Wisconsin. Little Wicked and Pretty Wicked. So Theobalds were in the top 3 then.
That is, once they went mini rod, that has been such a hand and a glove. They fit in that class and they dominate in that class.
Big Rob bet $10 and won $83. That's what's fun about this.
Mm-hmm.
He picked Kester got 2nd and Theobald got 3. And Kester paid out. Look at the So he made 50 cents on Grant, but he made 70.
I wonder if Adam looks at this, and I wonder if the other guys give him a hard time if he looks at this and he's like, what the heck? Like, my odds are at that.
That's fun. It follows the money. That's where the money's going. And obviously Grant was clearly a favorite, and he should be. I'm sure Renee was too. Here's Mandy picked both them. Yeah, so Mandy bet $20 and won 37 but she went with 2 favorites.
Yeah.
So Grant had better odds than Renee did because her $10 bet won her $26 here, and her $10 bet on Grant won her $11. That's a Mike Idle pick right there.
I was just about to say that. That's how we do it, man.
That's how we do it. $5 minimum wager, guys. Tyler Slav, he won some money. He even picked Grant Renee.
You picked Chase and Adam.
Look at Bruce there, or that Tyler's. He won $8.50. Way to go, Tyler. The best person on the No Practice podcast.
Look,
hey,
that's a Mike. You can't give him a hard time. Look at him, $5 each on the 1 and the 3 for a total of $18. Yeah. Drinks were on Tyler that night.
That's awesome.
If he does not name his son Cole, he is missing out on the greatest opportunity of all time.
Coleslaw.
If he doesn't have a son and name him Cole, I'm going to be very disappointed in Tyler.
So we're in our 3rd weekend of wagering now with full pull picks. We opened it in Toma. We did White Texas. Then we did this past weekend. We did Rock Valley, Fairfield, Illinois, and then Joliet, Illinois. So 4th week will be Chapel Hill. I don't know if they're going to do any more games this weekend, if there's anything else even going on with all that, but that makes it fun. So, well, good. Mikey likes it.
Are you excited to go to Chapel Hill?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm excited because, we have a big weekend with Outlaws. We got 2 live streams going on. Kenzie's got the A team. Chandler's going out with Julie to do big screen that. Chandler Pickler from the Beer Money Pulling team. Excited to have him. You're going to be announcing in Pawnee City and Lee. Both fun events. I love Pawnee City. We had a lot of fun out there a couple years ago. So did Kenzie. Yeah, Kenzie stayed up way too late out there that night. So.
Yeah, a little bit.
Is that going to be? That's like my Arlington. Arlington is a place where I feel like I made my mark.
I was out later though. But yes.
If you think I have good enthusiasm in the announcer's booth, you should see me late at night when Ron breaks out his guitar and Kurt Paulson's telling jokes. Like, I think I was on one of the tables. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
What's your favorite beer to drink?
Coors Light.
Okay, so everybody, if you like Mike, bring him Coors Light. But if you like him to keep announcing, don't give it to him until after the poll. Okay.
Yes, 100%.
9 a.m. polls. Kenzie, let's talk. You're the closing statement tonight, Kenzie. What do you got for the fans? Let's go polling. Yeah, Mike, try to shut up for once, okay, buddy?
That's rude.
Mike's my friend.
Oh, I know.
That's what we
I
do.
like Mike too. Just come to Chapel Hill, come to Montgomery City, Warrensburg, because I'll be there.
Come to the trailer and say hi to Kenzie.
Yeah, I'm very friendly. Or just watch the live stream at fullpull.live or outlaw.pulling.tv and you can see what I do. Hopefully you like it.
Hopefully you like it, like Mikey likes it. Mike,
Yeah.
Any words of wisdom after the great Kenzie took us home? That's it? Is something new in your mind?
Nope.
That makes me nervous. We don't talk at all, buddy.
Oh, no, we're good. No, just folks, thanks for watching everything. Thanks for watching Let's Grow Pulling every Monday night. A lot of great pulling out there. Pulling is fun. If you can't be there, live stream it and keep doing what you do, fans.
Awesome. Have a good night, everybody.
Yeah.